All right, here we go. My name is Jeff K., and you're listening to episode 432 of the world famous West Virginia Surf Report podcast.
Good boy, my ass.
I drove into New York again. Now I'm a professional. I am a New Yorker at this point, right? I mean, I don't think anybody would argue with me on that. I've driven into Queens twice, and I've driven through Manhattan twice, because it routed us through Manhattan again on the way back. I don't know, whatever. But just a small amount of time. It wasn't like we were there for, we weren't driving through Times Square or anything like that, But anyway, it was pretty painless. Wasn't too bad. I'm fired up now. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go to a Mets game. Mets Reds. I have to check out when they're gonna be there, and I might just drive over there and just see a game. I'm not intimidated anymore. Got this shit down. But anyway, they had a great trip. It sounded like it was a home run. They liked Paris less than London, but Paris was interesting as well. And they ate a lot of good food, and they saw a lot of cool things while they were there. They had fun. It was a fun trip. I guess it was a super success. So that's great to hear. The only bad side is he came home sick. Came home sick with some kind of I don't know what it is, Euro flu or something. I don't know. He came back coughing and, running a fever and stuff. I'm like, oh God. And we're like riding in the car with him. And I'm like just thinking, I'm going to get this. We're all going to get this. Whatever this is, this exotic flu that he brought from faraway lands. But so far, none of us have gotten sick. He went to the doctor. He actually went to the doctor, which is, he must have not been feeling good at all to do that. But he went to the doctor, got some various medications. He's feeling a lot better. Still not 100%, but he's back. He's probably 80% back. But anyway, I was riding back, and he's in the back, doing one of those deep lung coughs where, it feels like the whole lungs just rattling. Comes from deep down in the bottom of the lungs. And there's a rattling sound, you know what I mean? Ugh. I'm like, oh God, I'm good. I can feel it. I can feel it taking hold. I can feel it inside my body right now as I'm driving. It's taking hold, and it's working its magic. It's gonna morph into some kind of terrible disease, But anyway, I'm very, very suggestible. When somebody starts telling me about some kind of medical stuff, as they're telling me, I convince myself that I too am having the same symptoms. I can remember years ago there was this guy that used to work where I work. He's long gone, but he was a supervisor there, and he was telling me. I remember where we were standing. This is how traumatic as it was, how traumatic it was to me. I can remember, this is probably like 10 years ago, something like that, maybe longer. And he hasn't worked there in years, but anyway, I remember exactly where we were standing inside the building when he was telling me this horrible story. And he was like, he had testicular cancer, right? He was telling me about it. And I said, "Are you all right?" He goes, "Yeah, I think so." He goes, "It's one of the, easiest to treat cancers. If you're going to get a cancer, and you catch it early, it's good. It's usually a pretty good outcome." I said, "How did you know that you What happened? How did you find out? And he goes, well, I was in the shower cleaning myself. And I go, oh, God. Or something along those lines. I go, ugh. It was an involuntary reaction. I was in the shower cleaning myself. Ugh. He goes, all right, Kay, forget it. God. I said, no. Continue on. I'm sorry about that. That was involuntary. I just had a vision of what was, just had a vision that just flashed in my brain. But anyway, finish your story. So he said he was cleaning himself in the shower, and he realized he felt that one of his testicles was the size. I don't remember what kind of fruit. I don't know what fruit. He said, I don't know if it was like it wasn't a watermelon, but it was some kind. It wasn't like a. I don't know what it was. Some kind. Maybe it was like a Granny Smith apple or something. I don't remember. It doesn't sound right. But he said one of his testicles was the size of insert a fruit. Some kind of fruit, and I don't know if it was like a cantaloupe. That seems a little bit too big. But anyway, it was much larger than it should have been, And so he went to the doctor, and they did a biopsy, and it was cancerous. So, and then he had to have it removed. But he's fine, I guess. I think he's still around. I mean, that was a long time ago. But I was sitting there listening to this thing, listening to this terrible story that he was telling. And by the end of the conversation, I was fully convinced, that I too had a low-hanging Granny Smith ball cancer that probably rampaging through my body, spreading. I mean, I'm very suggestible and susceptible to that kind of stuff. Like whenever I hear anybody talk about any kind of ailment, any kind of like disease or anything, I convince myself that I have it too. So I was in that car with him thinking these things. I'm like, oh my God, God only knows what kind of, he probably picked this up in France or something, on the public transport. God only knows what it is. It could be berry. It could be, I don't know what it could be. Thrush. I don't know what it could be. But I'm breathing in the spores right now, and this stuff's just taking hold, mister. Thought I turned that phone off. Who the hell? Anyway, but it's been, let's see, when did he come back? He came back Tuesday, and it's been not quite a week, but none of us have any symptoms whatsoever. I don't know how long it takes. I don't know how long it takes for Berry to, take hold fully. Anyway, so that happened. That's a success. That was a successful trip. It makes me want to go over there, too. I want to go back over there. I've never been to France, but I would like to go back, and I'd like to see it. I'd take that channel and go over there and check it out. They didn't have too many good things to say about it, to tell you the truth. France, or Paris. They did go to the Louvre, and they went to Notre Dame. So anyway, so that all that happened. That was a success. Let's see what else we got on here. Oh, I told Tony last week. I said this weekend. I asked her. I said, how much do I have to pay off this phone? I have this cell phone, and it sucks. The battery sucks in it. Everything else works. It's too small for one thing. I was trying to save money. This is what I did. I made a huge error the last time I got a cell phone, and I got the Samsung Galaxy S22, not the Plus, the smallest one. There's three of them. There's the S22, the S22 Plus, and then the S22 Ultra. Right? I got the smallest one, also the cheapest one. Because I was thinking to myself, All cell phones at this point, especially if they're made by Samsung or one of the big, one of the big companies, are good. Who cares if I'm giving up a quarter of an inch of screen size? I can live with that and save myself a few $100s. Huge mistake. It was a catastrophic mistake. The thing has a terrible battery in it. And I went over there one time when Tony was upgrading her phone, and I told the woman was helping us, I said, my phone has the battery in it sucks. I said, this S22 has a bad battery. She goes, well, I've never heard that before. I said, are you serious? I said, go online. There's big conversations about how this battery. She goes, maybe it's just because it's gotten old. I said, no. I said, there's an issue with the battery itself from day one. She was like, I've never heard of that before. So all these Samsung phones have great batteries. I said, this one doesn't. She's arguing with me, irritating. Oh, my God. You can go on Reddit, and there's like big, long conversations about people or by people complaining about that battery, and the screen size too small. It's too small. So I shit the whole bed credenza headboard when I picked that phone. It sucks. It's no good. I mean, it functions. It has a pretty good camera. It functions, but there's a lot of stuff I don't like about it. And they're expensive, and you make payments on them. And Tony's like, you're not getting that thing. We're not, until it's paid off, you can't get it. I said, so I was irritated about something to do with my phone. I told her, I said, what? Because it's all under her name. Everything's under her name as far as the cell phones go. I said, can you go in there and see how much we got or how much we owe on this stupid phone? It was something like $89, some small number. I said, I'm paying that shit off. I said, this coming Saturday, pencil in a couple hours, because I'm going over there and getting a new phone. I'm paying this shit off. I'm getting a real phone that has an actual battery in it that holds a charge, and it has a screen that's not so small. I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to rejoin the human race. I'm going to go rejoin society. All right. And she goes, whatever. So on Saturday, she goes swimming. She goes to the YMCA and swims. This is what I do? I sit in the chair eating donuts while she's up at the YMCA swimming laps and stuff. I'm just sitting there looking at MLB trade rumors, that kind of stuff. But anyway, so she goes, you're going to have to wait till I get back from the Y. I said, whatever, whatever. I'm here. So when she got back, we went over there. And when we were driving over there, I said, I'm going to make a prediction right now. Your prediction is I'm not going to be coming home with a new phone. She goes, why do you think that? I said, I don't know. It could be any number of things. There'll be there'll be surprise fees that ends up we have to pay like $400 today. She goes, it's not. I already looked at it. The number, it's like you just pay it off, and there's a $30 activation fee or something like that. I said, okay, well, we'll see. I said it could be any number of things, but my prediction is I won't be coming home with a phone. She goes, why are you so negative and cynical? I said, I'm not negative and cynical. I said, I don't like people who are negative and cynical. But I'm not like that. I am a realist. I've lived in this world, and I know how things work. I said, I don't live in this pie in the sky. Everything's beautiful. I said, there's going to be some kind of problem that's going to prevent me from coming home with a new phone today. She goes, I don't think so. I said, all right. Hope you're right. So we go over there, and, it's packed. There's always people. Why is it so crowded all the time? It's just constant. There's always a bunch of people in the Verizon store. But this guy came out and helped us, and he said, well, he goes, you can get the S24 Plus today, but I would suggest you wait until the S25 comes out, which is going to be before February 7th. So just a few days. He goes, if you do that, you can trade in your phone, your current phone, and get an $800 credit towards the purchase of the new phone. So if you buy the S24 Plus, you just have to pay for it. You don't get to trade in your phone. He goes, so it doesn't really make any sense. He goes, unless you just absolutely need a phone today. I said, I want a phone today. I'm like, oh God. It's like sitting there. It's like, should I be the? It doesn't make sense. So I said, nah. I guess I'm gonna have to wait. He goes, that's the only wise choice. And I said, all right, yeah, but I said I wanted one today. He goes, I understand, but it'll be. I said, how's this work? So, what do I come back over here when you have the phones? He goes, no, we'll pay. You can pre-order it today. You can pay off this phone. You have to pay the taxes on the new phone. And he didn't say anything about any kind of activation fee or anything. He just said, so those two things. And then it'll be shipped when it's released. It'll be shipped to your house. I said, all right. I said, I guess that's the only way to. And he said, after your new phone's been activated, you have 30 days to bring your old phone in, and you'll get $800 off. You get an $800 credit on your account. I said, $800. The thing only costs $1,000. Well, only it cost $1,000, and I'm getting an $800 credit on it. It's like that's crazy, So I don't know. So I was irritated that I didn't get. So he was going through the thing. He goes, it comes in 4 colors. I said, I just want black. I said, black's fine. Black is not one of the colors. I said, what? He goes, they don't have. They have navy blue. They have I don't know, some kind of silver type thing. They have a blue, I don't know what they called it. It's like almost like a translucent blue. You can see through it, And they have like a mint. I said, oh, I don't really like it. I guess navy blue, it's closest to black. I don't know. He goes, I think those are the best looking ones. I said, all right, I think if I'd have said mint, you'd have said the same thing. But, whatever. I said, okay, but I said, I want to make a prediction. And I said, so these things are coming out before the 7th. 7th is the official release date, but usually it comes out before, a few days before. But there'll be a problem with the blue ones, right? And all of them will be released except for the blue ones. Those will be pushed back 2 or 3 weeks. He goes, no. They're all coming out the same day. I said, I don't know, we'll see. He's like, why are you being so cynical and negative? No. But, I don't know. I've lived in this world. He goes, all right, well, I don't think that's going to happen. I said, all right, well, is there any way you can put a second choice on there? No, you got to pick one. I said, all right. So, anyway, I pre-ordered the thing. It's paid, everything I needed to pay for is paid for. And as I was thinking about it, it'll be the first time I've ever had the top of the line brand new phone, of any. I always have one that's like 2 or 3 generations old, He also said you shouldn't upgrade a phone until 3 generations, because that's the rule of thumb. Because if you do it quicker than that, you won't really notice all the updates and everything. And so he goes, yours is an S22, so this is an S25. It's perfect. Right? You're right where you should be. I said, all right. Okay. All right. So anyway, it's supposed to have a kick-ass battery in it. It's supposed to have a kick-ass camera, which is what I like. Those are the 2 main things for me. It has like some kind of, unbelievable processor, So it should be good whenever I get it. It's irritating. So we're driving, and I said, see, I'm coming home with no phone. She goes, you made that choice. I said, I told you there'd be some kind of complication. She goes, you decided that. You could have come home with a phone. You could have got that S24. I said, yeah, but it didn't make any sense. But anyway, so when that thing comes, it'll be exciting, and I'll have new gadgetry. I love gadgetry. I love a fresh piece of gadgetry right out of the box. I'm not really a cologne kind of guy, but if somebody could bottle fresh gadgetry smell, it might be something, I might look into. I don't think men should smell like anything. I'm long been on the record for that. I don't think a man should smell like anything. Is that controversial? Some people think that's controversial. I've heard people think that's like, what are you talking about? Like it's controversial. I mean, I think that's makes perfect sense. A man should smell like nothing. All right. So anyway, but if there was a cologne, a subtle cologne of fresh gadgetry right out of the box, like a new phone or something, or whatever the gadget is. It has a distinct smell, and it's a very, very appealing to me. I love gadgetry. So that at least I got something to look forward to. We got a little thing down the on the horizon. Hopefully that blue one's not the one that gets pushed. Speaking of phones, I got a good story for you. I was talking to somebody the other day. I'm surrounded by people who are retiring, which irritates me. I don't want to. I mean, good for them. It's not. I'm not irritated with them. I'm irritated that everybody's retiring, and I'm not. That's the part. That's the part that irritates me. I mean, good for them. I mean, I'm not the type to. Like back when I self-published my novel, there are a handful of people that did the same thing around the same time, had massive success, turned into TV shows like that Silo show on Apple TV, and there's others, The Martian. These people that like self-published a novel and it turned into like some kind of gigantic thing. Tony's like, "Do you feel irritated about that?" I said, "No, not really." And I said, I said, that doesn't have anything to do with me. Yeah, but they had this massive success with this thing, and you didn't. I said, I don't. So what, I'm supposed to be mad at them? I would be. I said, okay. But anyway, I don't have a problem with people. I mean, good for them. That's great, But I want to be one of the. I want to join that group. But anyway, so I was talking to somebody. Recently retired the other day, a recent retiree the other day, and she said that she had a company phone that she could also use as her personal phone. So she only had one. A lot of people, I have a work phone, but I'm not allowed to use it as a personal phone. So I have to carry, when I'm at work, I have to carry around two phones. It's really, really stupid. But anyway. She somehow she finagled that she could use it as both, right? Whatever. So, but when she retired, she had to give that up, right? So she went to wherever she goes. I don't know if it was Verizon. I don't know. She went to wherever store. They got two new phones. One for her she had to get a new telephone number and everything, and upgraded her husband's phone, right? So they got two new phones. And when they were driving back, she told her husband, I think you're going to have to smash your old phone. Just to, I think that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to smash your old phone so that nobody can, get in there and access your information and stuff. I think that's what you're supposed to do. When you get a new phone, you smash the old one. He goes, really? Yeah, I think that's what they suggest. And, all right, whatever. So they go back to their house, and she was telling me this. I said, what? So what the hell's that? She goes, that's what you're supposed to do, I think. I said, I never heard of that. She goes, what do you do with yours? I said, throw it in a drawer. She goes, I don't want a bunch of junk laying around the house I'm not going to use. I said, if somebody, like one of my kids, destroys their phone by dropping it in a lake or something, Then we have a backup. Now, I would say, we're not buying you a new phone. We got you a nice phone. You destroyed it. Here's my old phone. We're going to reactivate this thing, right? It's happened. That's happened more than once, actually. She goes, I don't like it. I don't like stuff laying around, and somebody can get into that thing and get into your bank account and stuff. So I think you're supposed to smash them. I said, okay. I've never heard of that before in my life. But so they go back to their house. He goes out in the garage, lays the phone on the floor, takes a sledgehammer, smashes the phone, and I guess like flames were shooting out of this thing. It was smoking. He said the whole garage was full of smoke, and there's sparks. Thing was making a sizzling sound. So he gets a shovel, takes it outside, throws it in a snowbank. The thing's like fizzing and sizzling. And I said, "What the hell?" I said, "It's a wonder." I said, "It's lucky the thing didn't blow up." See, those things have those batteries in there that like turn into flamethrowers. So he's lucky that thing didn't explode and like knock him through the wall or something. And so anyway, so that happened, and he threw the thing in a snowbank, and I guess the thing like cooled down eventually. And then he went inside and realized that he smashed the wrong phone. He smashed the brand new. He smashed the brand new phone that they had just gotten minutes before. What do you think about that? That's a true story. All right. So I said that's just that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. Let's see. I think that's enough. I have a bunch of other stuff. I got a lot of stuff here. I got to hold some stuff, for the next one, for the next episode, which will be on the Patreon side. Let's see. I do have one call. This is in response to the other day I was talking about. This is an interesting call. This is from my when I was talking about that MeUndies thing, where they had all this underwear with the. I was looking at they're having some kind of like Black Friday sale, and I was looking at their boxer briefs, and they had all kinds of weird shit like pineapples on them and stuff. They had like all these like a martini glass, or like a lemon, or like a chili, like a chili pepper, all these different designs. They had Darth Vader's head, and like fishes and stuff. Like what am I like? What am I, 8 years old? It looks like underoos or something. It looks like something like a child in grade school would wear. Not wear those stupid looking things. Like, what the hell? So anyway, I got a call in response. That's what I was saying in that previous episode. I can't remember which episode number it was, but it was recent. So I did receive a call in response to that, and here it is.
Mr. K, Mr. Vanilla K, this is Russ. Down here in South Carolina, you spoke about the MeUndies on your podcast. You don't like them graphic boxes. Man, you're L7. Square, vanilla, baby. Where's the adventurous spirit of the beast that is within you? You and Tony, I'm sure she's a Hellcat. Should try swinging. Getting into the lifestyle can definitely loosen your uptights. When I wear my graphic MeUndies boxes, when my wife and I, we do a full swing, it's a great little icebreaker. Next thing you know, that other guy's wife pulls mule out of the stable for a good long ride. You and that Hellcat Tony should let me know when you're in Myrtle Beach. We live close by. Myrtle Beach, that's a mecca for folks like us in the swing, baby.
Okay, Russ. Thank you for your call. I'm going to have to pass on. I do appreciate the offer. I mean, I do appreciate it, going to have to pass on your little invitation for, your little invitation. And I don't really, I know it's the best of intentions, but let's leave Tony in her, and whatever level of Hellcat she has in her. Let's leave that out of. Let's leave that out for right now, or forever. All right. And I don't know. I appreciate your call, Russ. I really do. But we're gonna have to pass. Myrtle Beach is a beautiful place. It's a place that we hold dear to our hearts. And I can't. Just the thought of it kind of taints the entire thing. To tell you the truth, but no offense, but I appreciate your call. That's very unusual and very disturbing. But thank you, appreciate it. Good God. Whew. All right. Anyway, we're at the end of this thing. Thank you guys for listening. I appreciate it. And if you want 2 of these a week, if you want another one of these later in the week, like a few days from now, just like this one, very similar in length and subject matter, you can do that by heading on over to patreon.com. It's Patreon, patreon.com/JeffK. Sign up for a $4 or more monthly donation. You'll get an extra episode every week. Not every once in a while. Not every month. That's for suckers. Every week. So if you want to double down on the Surf Report podcast, and I can think of no reason why anybody would not want to, just head on over to patreon.com/JeffK and do it up. Also, if you want to call in, just like our buddy Russ. So he says his name was Russ. If if you want to call in like him, or something a little bit different than that, you can call the number 570-290-8151. Call around the clock. It's just voicemail. I won't answer. It's not like you're going to call that number and I'm going to go, yellow. And then you have that awkward situation where we have to make chit-chat for a little bit. You don't have to worry about it. There's no chit-chat. You're not going to get me on the phone. So you don't need to worry about that. 570-290-8151. Also, surfreportpod.com is the web home of the podcast. Check that out as well. Expanded show notes, links, photographs, whatever. Extra stuff, value-added service. surfreportpod.com. And we're at the end of this thing. Thank you guys for listening. I do appreciate it. Until next time, which will be over on the Patreon side. Hope you guys have yourselves a fine day. I'll see ya. Bye.
Where's the adventurous spirit of the beast that is within you?